You're watching NBC 7.
39.
News at 11. Coming up, here's what you'll see.
I thought it was easy, but it was.
How easy is it for your kids to get into poisonous products at home? A special report you'll only see on NBC 739.
I don't know, it's scary, the fact that a child could get into that easily.
A mother imagines the worst, poisonous products within her child's reach. How easy is it for kids to get into them?
A special report on child-resistant packaging coming up in just a moment. But have you ever had a tough time opening a bottle like this? You know, the ones with the child-resistant caps? Of course, they're hard to open for a reason. They're to protect kids from being poisoned.
Sometimes it's hard to open for adults, easy for kids. Wait till you see just how kids in San Diego took on the products. Our investigative reporter Beth Tornatore with a special report that will frighten an awful lot of parents.
Well, we got the idea for this investigation after we aired a story about 2-year-old Christian. He got into a bottle of iron pills at home. He used his teeth to tear off the child-resistant cap. Christian ate a potentially lethal dose, 30 pills. Doctors saved his life, but it made us wonder just how easily can kids get into packaging that's designed to protect them.
It shouldn't be easy to open some products. The law says they have to have child-resistant caps.
But can you rely alone on these caps to keep your child away from what's inside these products? We decided to find out.
We gathered some experts at 2 daycare centers and gave them bottles emptied and sterilized at a local hospital. In this group, the Drano was open within 5 minutes. Then came the Bufferin.
What is it? I don't know.
And watch the girl at the top center of your screen, figuring out how to pinch and twist off a Cascade cap.
I got this open.
And there was plenty of curiosity about this bottle of iron pills.
I'm amazed at their incredibility to open these up and be so persistent at wanting to open these up.
In another group, Ashley Dean popped off the top to vanish toilet bowl cleaner.
I thought it was easy, but it was.
It was easy.
Wow, what did you open, Ashley?
That.
Ashley's mom took one look at our findings and imagined the worst.
The fact that it's that easy for her to open something is very scary and shocking.
These products are tested to meet federal guidelines. All the companies we contacted tell us their products pass those tests. And there's plenty of evidence that child-resistant packaging saves hundreds of lives.
I can't open it.
In fact, 7 out of the 17 products we looked at did keep kids out.
On the smell.
But they did get into 10 products. It's clear, if kids have the time and the curiosity, products like these are only child-resistant, not child-proof.
I want to be careful looking at it.
The director at the Poison Control Center says our story proves that parenting, not packaging, is the key to safety.
And that's really what we're concerned about, is can children get poisoned from opening containers that have poisonous products in them? And you've shown that that's true. It can happen.
I keep mine up here.
So what do? Take it from Ashley's mom. Keep poisonous products out of reach and out of sight.
So this is the keep out area.
Right, she knows these are the keep out cupboards.
Off limits.
Off limits.
Parents should also read the labels and make sure caps are screwed on tight. And keep the number for poison control near the phone, just in case.
Was that hard?
No.
Now, the companies that make Cascade dishwashing liquid and Bright Life boric acid want you to know that the cap on their bottles is not required to be child-resistant. The companies voluntarily choose to use those caps. Also, we want to make it clear that parents were asked to talk to the children who participated in our study to make sure the kids don't open potentially dangerous products at home.
These are products they did not get into?
That's right.
I get part of the balance is, I mean, I have elderly neighbors who need help getting into some of it because they can't push down and squeeze on them.
Some of these do make the kids squeeze and turn. That's hard for them. But if these stump them, they could move on to other things in the house. So it's got to be careful.
Parenting that packaging.
We should also point out, too, that they all say child-resistant as opposed to child-proof.
That's right.
Okay. Thanks, Beth.
I think that you definitely have to show this because it shows that nothing's childproof.
A must-see NBC 739 exclusive. Those bottles adults can't seem to open. Wait till you see what kids can do with them.
A major drugstore chain is changing its child-resistant packaging, all because of an investigation that we first brought you last night.
Tonight we find out who that is, and we take a look at what experts say is the safest packaging available. Beth Tornator joins us now with the story. Okay?
Well, more about that drugstore chain in a moment, but this is something we all have in the medicine cabinet. Rows of pills in a package called unit doses or blister packaging. A Food and Drug Administration scientist tells us when combined with a warning label, it's the best protection for kids. Is it enough? You be the judge.
They're all labeled child resistant. We asked kids to open them. 5 groups at 2 daycare centers with adult supervision. The bottles that we emptied and sterilized, they wasted no time.
Hey, take them out.
But the real surprise, strips of individually wrapped pills called blister packs.
You just have to break that.
They peeled the paper and foil off the back.
How did you get? Hit it.
I think it's kind of scary. Actually, it really worries me that they can get into it so easily.
Even with 5 adults watching closely, Elizabeth Stanley unexpectedly swallowed an iron pill.
I think that you definitely have to show this because it shows that nothing's childproof.
One iron pill won't hurt, but her mother's concerned about what could happen.
If it hadn't been a controlled situation where she was in a friend's home and they got into a friend's parents' medicine or something, who knows what she could have taken.
But what about those blister packs? We asked a packaging industry representative.
They were able to get a few tablets out, but they had to do a tremendous amount of work.
He's right. Blister packs slow kids down to 1 pill at a time. If a bottle is opened, the child has instant access to all the pills. Plus, with blister packaging, there are no caps to resecure.
The whole purpose of child-resistant packaging, which again is not child-proof, is to balance the need to protect children with the ability of parents and adults to get at the product that is inside the package.
Nobody disputes the fact that child-resistant packaging saves lives. Our goal is to show parents what could happen if they're not watching. And when we shared our findings with one major drugstore chain, the company took action.
Then we went into the store and pulled a couple directly off the shelf, and it wasn't as tight as it could be.
Clay Selland is a vice president of Long's Drugstores. After we told the company how over and over the kids opened a bottle of Long's iron supplements, he did some tests of his own.
You could get off, and it doesn't seem like it's coming off because the foil helps, but if you tug on it, and the kid's going to certainly be capable of tugging on it, could get it open.
Long's discovered that the manufacturer's heat-sealing process actually loosens the caps. While the company works on correcting the problem, Long sent a memo to over 300 stores asking personnel to tighten the entire stock of Long's brand products with child-resistant caps. Bottom line, all the products we looked at pass federal guidelines. They are child-resistant, but that's no guarantee they're child-proof.
Tells me that if you've got a group of children in your house playing, you better keep your eye on them like a hawk.
A reminder, the bottles we used had all been emptied and sterilized. Also, we spoke with the company that makes the iron pills called Slow FE. A spokeswoman told us they've improved the packaging since we bought it to make it more child-resistant. Also, we want to thank both daycare centers we worked with, Pacific Beach Presbyterian Preschool and the Fleur-de-Lis Preschool in Hillcrest.
There was one last night that you had that was child-proof. That was the poison one. It actually
claimed as child-proof, and you needed a coin to actually dislodge the
And that one they couldn't open.
No.
That seems to be the only one that is child-proof at this point. Thanks, Beth.
Good for Longs, too.
Yep.
I mean, apparently it's not, it's the folks that manufacture it for them.
Yes, the manufacturer.
It does really come off
It comes off easily, and they're looking into it.
Thanks, Beth. Well, so what do you do to protect your child from getting into things like this? It is the age-old advice. Keep the household products and medicines out of reach and out of sight. Read the labels on the packaging. Know about the dangers to your children. Make sure the caps on the bottles are screwed on tight. And keep this number by your telephone. It's the Poison Control Center. It's 1-800-876-4766. There are experts there. They will tell you what to do in an emergency.
Welcome back, everyone, and welcome to our Football Friday Night Show. Tonight we begin with the team that has become the biggest surprise in the CIF this year, El Cajon Valley. The Braves undefeated, and tonight Kurt Sandoval got to see them live and in action.
Skip, they were telling me on the sidelines, the last time they were undefeated, you were in high school. They wanted you to know that specifically tonight,
I don't buy
folks.
that.
They're no longer the doormat of the Grossmont League. They're alive and well. El Cajon Valley is off to its best start in 21 years. They put that undefeated record on the line tonight against Monte Vista. Oh, folks, they were packed in for homecoming tonight on a cold night out in the East County. Monte Vista in the maroon pitched a shutout in the first half. That's linebacker Steve Adushu. Boy, he was Mr. Intensity for Monte Vista tonight. Move now into the third quarter. El Cajon, the razzle-dazzle, Dylan Mora, the halfback pass, and it works to Muhammad Masi. He's dancing in the end zone. It's all tied up. It's 7 apiece. Mora can run the ball. He can throw the ball. Look here. He can kick pretty well, too. 36 yards. El Cajon Valley led 10-7. Then late in the fourth quarter, Monte Vista needs a first down to keep the drive alive. The ball is in and out of the hands of Jamal Sincere and nearly our photographer. 5-0. El Cajon wins it. Their best start in franchise history. El Cajon beats it 10-7. Your final elsewhere. El Cap over Mount Miguel. RBV pitches a 37-0 shutout of San Marcos, and Horizon Christian 54-8 over Francis Parker. Well, let's head to the hills. Granite Hills against West Hills, and look at Eddie the Eagle with the boogie shoes on. Pick it up in the first play of the game. West Hills in the white. Big Jason O'Neill smothers the quarterback for the sack. But, folks, it is Granite Hills that storm back. They led 7-0 when DJ is looking for the TD. That's DJ Anderson that turns the corner. 34 yards. Granite Hills is up 14-0. West Hills quarterback Lon Sheriff, you can see he was shooting blanks tonight. Picked off by Mark Lee and marked the spot to the end zone. Granite Hills shocks West Hills 42-10. West Hills was undefeated until that loss. Twin Pines has the win tonight over Army-Navy Academy. Morse gets a touchdown with 2.5 minutes left. Lincoln 29-6 over San Diego. Skip?
All right, we travel southeast to Eastlake High School, where the Titans played host to the Barons of Bonita Vista. Well, the fans tonight were fired up. And one of the players for Eastlake was painted up. That's Justin Shirley. But it was BV rolling first. The handoff to Ruben Platt. Look at these moves. Nice. 20-yard run to the 44, same drive, same guy, Ruben Platt, 3-yard touchdown, 7-0, Barons with a lead. Second quarter, Eastlake knocking on the door at the 7. Andre Buggs, whoops, fumbles recovered by Jeremy Willie. That killed the drive. The Barons go 97 yards. This is Albert Platt. You know, his brother got the TD. He got one himself. Bonita Vista wins it 21-12. By the way, the 100th career win for Bonita coach Carl Perrick. Congratulations there. Castle Park all over Montgomery, 38-10. Listen to this. In the Sweetwater game, James Jones, 301 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns for Sweetwater. Oceanside beat Carlsbad 29-14. Let's go to Hilltop, where it was homecoming. There's the Queen. There's the fireworks. Where's the game? Lancers hosting Chula Vista, third quarter. The punt comes to John Hines of Chula, and look at him chew it up. 42 yards, all the way down to the 29-yard line. Setting up this touchdown, Terrence Smith will take it in, 21-0 Spartans. Fourth quarter, Hilltop is punting. Wait a minute, it's a fake. Faked out our cameraman. John Alvarez got it somehow and takes it all the way to the 3-yard line. That led to a Lancers touchdown to make it 21-7. Late fourth quarter, Sean Terrell, 39-yard touchdown off the left side. Chula Vista spoils the homecoming. 28-7 was the final in that one. Mount Carmel beat Poway tonight, 7-0. Vista big over Fallbrook, 40-6. And Helix beats Santana, 25-18. Kurt?
Skip, it's not homecoming, but we've got more fireworks. On the subject of teams that are off to a good start, we turn to Patrick Henry. Yes, Patrick Henry took its undefeated record into Point Loma this afternoon. Instead of fireworks, they had balloons out for homecoming today. Their own Kevin Kelly, a homecoming man for the Pointers. Let's pick it up in the first quarter. Point Loma in the maroon. That's running back Elijah Green. He's thinking green or just the Pacific Blue Ocean is where he's running to. Caught a little bit before the beach that set up a touchdown. Henry is undefeated. One reason why. Look at running back Dwayne Neighbors. Comes by, says, how you doing? Doing well. That also set up a touchdown as he goes 44 yards. And moments later, Patrick Henry to the air attack. Quarterback Mark Todd connects to Enrique Duncan. What a catch. Bingo. Patrick Henry stays undefeated with a 31-21 win over Point Loma. Elsewhere, Christian 13 points better than Claremont. Crawford over Madison. Valhalla wins over Grossmont 26-13 over their rivals. And look at the big Mar Vista win, 40-14 over Coronado. Skip.
We're not done. We've got one more. University City hosting La Jolla. The Centurions coming in with a 3-0-1 record. And some of the craziest fans you'll ever see. Hi there. Third quarter, game tied 7-all. Quarterback is Devin Shea in the end zone. He's sacked by Mike Rodriguez. Look at this. Shea was taken out. A dislocated shoulder. You hate to see that. The backup is Jeremy Briggs. Pressed into service, and he floats one to the wrong guy. Josiah Neff with a pick and returns it to midfield. And Neff wasn't finished on the day. He also plays on the offensive side. Look at this, a 20-yard touchdown. La Jolla wins it 16-7 over the Centurions. Now we're finished.
You guys were everywhere tonight.
Friday nights are a lot of fun around here, aren't they? If you could only see us back on the other side.
I know you guys are running around out there.
Phones.
No question about it.
Nice job.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thank you,
guys.
everybody,
You
for
bet.
calling in the scores, too.
That's
Terrific.
right.